turn those things on. Okay, that looks like I have sound. Maybe.
Cool.
Yep, cool. Alrighty. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. And as I said, I don't really have a huge amount planned for this evening. Rather frustratingly, the two people who I would have had stuff mostly geared up for were the two people who were not here this evening.
Ah. I see.
But it's fine. We will make it work, nonetheless.
Yeah.
So, if we go there, I'm trying to do too many things at once. I'm currently using 3 different monitors. It's crazy. There we go.
So 3 different monitors.
Yeah.
Madden.
I've got 2 on my main computer, and then I've got my Chromebook up, so I can keep an eye on the live stream chat, which is always quiet because I never have anyone watch these live streams.
Is it moving?
It's hectic. It's absolutely humping. I had one stream like maybe 4 or 5 sessions ago where I had some random guy who kept being like, "Yay, go kill those spiders," and then never again.
Wasn't there some guy looked into like some stats around like streamers and stuff? They were like, if you have more than 10 subscribers, you're in the top 1% of all YouTubers and Twitch streamers. And I was like, what?
Crazy
That's
talk.
like a group of friends. Mental. Anyway.
Absolute troll in the dungeon over here. Alright, so you have... I think when we left you off, the dwarf, was it Burgle Ironbeard? What did I call his name again? Dwarven Company. Yeah, Burgle Ironbeard, that's his name. He had arranged for someone to bring up a wagon so that your weary bodies could be loaded into it and be taken back to Dunferta Castle so you could rest.
Frankfurter Castle.
Dunferta Castle. It is here on your maps.
Alright, I'm looking at the stream. Not that.
Yeah, I was as well like, what is happening?
Okay,
Yes, Dunferta.
the Furter of Duns.
So, yeah, the 5 of you, I'm going to assume that Oswald is sitting up the front for this ride. He didn't go into the ruins with you. I assume he waited at the base camp.
Yeah.
So, Oswald and whoever is manning this wagon will take you back to Dunferta Castle. It's about a half a day's journey by cart. And here your wounds are treated, so I'll get all of you to make for me, please, average endurance tests.
Should probably load my character screen.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Why you gotta do me dirty like this, Ben?
Isn't your endurance quite good?
My toughness is good.
And endurance is based on toughness, so it should be okay.
What was it, average?
Average.
It's based on something else. What's endurance? Where's it gone? There. Oh no, it is based on toughness. Excellent. Average it is. Here we go.
Wow.
So good at enduring.
That is some solid endurance.
Wait, why is my target number 102?
Ah, because you still have advantage there.
Oh, yeah, I also had advantage, but it didn't matter.
So that's less. So
Yeah.
it's
So mine's only
3 SLs are less.
Yes.
So plus 6.
Still plus 6. And Nick's, yours should be plus 4?
68. Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
cool. Right, so you'll earn your toughness bonus in wounds back plus your success level.
Good for some.
Good for some.
Chilling. Do I get to overstock my health? Am I just
No, you go back to your full health and that's it. I will do, whilst we're here,
You want a bubble?
I am still not on full health, you'll be glad to know.
You did take a lot of damage, so
Yeah.
that's not
Now,
that surprising.
make the point.
I will roll for Wolfgang and for Johanna, because that would be polite.
I'm still on 3 and 13.
No extra wounds back for Wolfgang. That's even worse, because I actually forgot to take his advantage off. Oh dear.
Does that mean he loses health?
No.
I think it's fair. No.
I don't think he's got much health to lose anyway. Hoi! Hello. Alright. I don't believe Johanna had any critical wounds, so that's fine. Apart from her missing fingers, so she can't just grow those back, sadly. Right, so that is toughness bonus 4, 6 wounds back.
Oh, Wolfgang. Oh, Wolfgang.
Yeah, no such luck there.
Oh.
Wolfgang will also have a heal test done on him. One of the chirurgeons at the at Dunfermline Castle will attempt to heal his damaged leg. I don't think it's going to do much, but we will try. So heal will be challenging. Nice.
Nice.
That is good. Okay.
I'm just gonna drink a healing draft.
Yeah, by all means.
Why not? Which is my toughness bonus, isn't it?
It's just your toughness bonus in wounds back, yeah. Alright, it was a successful heal test,
6 of it.
but that will take off a day. So let's edit that, so that makes that 16 days. Cool. Okay. He's not going to have fun with that. Alright, I'll leave that there for the time being for them. Right, so you are at Dunfermline Castle. It is a 4-day cart ride back to Middenheim if you wish to go back to Middenheim immediately. If you wish to rest here a bit further and heal up some more, you may. Because you will not be able to get a well-rested sleep to naturally regenerate on your trip back to Middenheim.
Well, I'm on full health, so
I'm sure it's...
I think I would rather take a day, because if we get attacked, I'm pretty much gonna die.
Yeah, okay.
really fair.
May as well.
Alright. So, you all, unless there's anything particular you would like to do on this day while you're all sort of like badly injured.
There is one thing.
Yeah, sure.
We walked out there and they said we were down there for like 2 days, right?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, Luke,
Yo,
that will mean that your arm is no longer an issue. I think I removed it already, but double check.
you have. This is the best news I've ever had.
Yep.
Till the next fight where it's major muscle tear, right arm.
Right, sorry. Yes, 2 days.
Yeah. So, is there anyone else around who has had a similar experience? Because it wasn't just us going down there.
Well, it was. You're the only ones who went into the hold proper.
Oh, okay.
The other dwarves and humans who have established a base camp are just on the threshold of the actual keep, or the actual Karak itself, so they've not properly entered. So,
Right.
yeah.
Very strange. Okay. Very strange.
Do dwarves perhaps have a what do they call a herbalist, or possibly like a horticultural program?
Do dwarves have a horticultural program? They probably would have at least someone who would be skilled with herbalism. but not here. Dunfermline Castle is a human hold. Like, it's the capital of well, it's one of the main castles in the barony of Holzbeck, which is part of the Duchy of Middenheim. You'd probably have to go back to Middenheim and speak with some of the dwarves in like the Engineers Guild or at the Chapel of Grungni to find out if anyone there would know someone who knows herbalism.
Reason for my question is these 6 unidentified plants/herbs that I have from when I wasn't here.
6 unidentified plants/herbs. Now, when did I put those in?
When I wasn't here. That's on the last session, I think.
No, the last session I think that you had was the 5
not that.
bioluminescent fungi.
one
Unidentified
before.
plants, herbs. I'm gonna have to quickly.
It might have been when we were on our way back from going to that village.
Yeah, I'm
Back
just quickly
on that
skimming
session.
through my old session notes to see if I can find where I've listed that you got some herbs.
I just know I didn't have them, and then when I go back, I did have them. So at some point,
You have gained them.
yeah, 6.
So I play like a lot of MTG Arena lately,
Mm.
and the card that's like one of the cornerstones for my deck got banned yesterday.
Oh,
Ooh.
Hey, running.
Yeah, it's alright. It was pretty bullshit.
Mm.
It was like 2 black and then X, and it deals X damage to all creatures. And then whenever one of your creatures die, the opponent loses 1 life, and when of their creatures die, you lose 1 life. You gain 1 life.
Ah.
So you could have like a bunch of zombies spawning things, and you'd have like tons of tokens, and then you nuke everything, and it would do like stupid damage.
Mm. But that's the half the joy.
I know.
Cowards.
I think, Luke, if I remember rightly, it's actually from. Do you remember the first time you guys went to Albowitz and you had interactions with that old lady who was a herbalist?
Yeah,
Who I think you sold those spider venom glands to?
yeah, she wouldn't teach me poisons.
Correct. When you guys went back to Albowitz and found that the town was basically deserted and whatnot, Wolfgang led a scouting mission out and like ransacked all of the houses that were nearby for anything of value. I'm fairly sure the unidentified herbs were from that.
Ah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Is someone doing fireworks out here? Sorry, someone's doing fireworks near me, I think.
Fireworks? What? You'd think I'd hear them if there were fireworks nearby.
Something's banging.
It's probably those dickheads on motorbikes on the other side of the train line.
They cut through where I live, like, because there's like a footpath that goes through the blocks.
Yeah,
They
right.
drive through there all the fucking time. It's annoying.
It's just a nightmare.
Anyway,
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you could probably ask the healer at the castle, but they might know.
yeah, if we have some downtime, I might mosey on over and ask them said question and see
Yeah.
if they want these bioluminescent fungis.
All right. Well, the healer who has been assisting you with tending to your wounds. So I guess this is after your first night's rest. So it's your second day before you're heading out the following day.
Yeah.
Seeing as you're fully healed, you're probably up and about, whereas the others are still sort of resting and recuperating.
Most definitely.
And whilst this healer is sort of pottering around in between visiting, other injured, you strike up a conversation. What do you ask them?
Saying just along our travels, we've come across these herbs. I'm looking to see if there's any medicinal uses behind them. Do you know what they are? What they can do?
If I could have a look at those, and he pulls out an eyeglass so that he can inspect them up close. And I'm gonna make a roll.
You make it a good one.
Roll well. Make a big
Oh no, that's a crit fail.
fuck's sake.
Man, D100 plus 20?
Yeah.
It's rude. So just give me a good roll.
Does, bro. He has a look at them and says, "I'm not sure. They're quite desiccated. It's hard for me to determine what they might have been when they were in growth. You might have better luck at Middenheim speaking with some of the herbalists there. They might be able to determine what they are."
That's fair. Well, appreciate the effort. Whilst I do have your attention, this bioluminescent, these glowing plants I have also, they don't glow very much, but is there a use for them here? Are they serviceable in any way, or just
Bioluminescent fungi, eh? He looks at it. I'll make another roll. This time, slightly less.
this? For fuck's sake.
Jesus. Yeah, he still has no clue.
By the time you get to the last thing, you might have like a 38 or something.
Yeah.
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 I was like, fair enough. I guess you're busy with your other things to worry about plants.
Sorry, I could be of no use, but yes, as I said, speak to someone at Middenheim. I'm sure they'll be able to assist you more with these.
Just nod. Just walk off. Just be like, two should have just eaten them.
All right. Anything else before I allow you guys to roll again for some heal tests?
I don't think I'll be doing anything. Just trying to recuperate. I'm pretty messed up.
Cool. All right. Well, you guys will all have another night's sleep, so I'll allow you all to roll for another heal test.
Hey. Healing.
Well, it'll be endurance test, yeah. Oi. Alright,
I'll
that's...
drink another potion.
You're really not doing very well there, are you?
No.
What's your,
My endurance is not that great.
That's true, yeah. Alright, well, Johanna's back up to full health.
Oh, and I don't... Yeah, it's 33 without the 20.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had 6 healing drafts, so... I'll be using them up, but I'm up to 9 of 13, so...
Oh, Wolfgang.
Give him a healing draft as well.
Does he have any on him? He does, he has
I'll give him
2.
one.
So I have one you can have. I've got 5.
That's true. You can make them. I'll just say that Lucian gives him one. Right, it was toughness bonus back, so that's another 4 wounds. Okay. Right, he's not looking quite as bad as he was. His leg is still fucked, but oh well.
Dude, these fireworks are popping off.
And speaking of fireworks, dude, Zane's that drawing he just did, Ben, it's insane.
Oh, I know, right?
God damn.
Yeah, that man is... I'm so pleased that I got him to do those 2 tattoos for me, because he's just so good.
I will tell you right now, this man has sunk so many hours into the Waddleker release that it's unreal.
Yeah.
All he has been doing is playing Lord of the Rings, like watching Lord of the Rings and playing WoW.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's something I need to do. I haven't had the inclination to, but that's something I should do, is I should jump on and play Wrath Classic.
Yeah, I just wish they updated the graphics. I just can't with like classic human faces. They're just so hideous. 3 pixels per head. It's awful.
Alright. So, the following morning, the load of you are loaded into a wagon, and you begin the 4-day journey back to Middenheim.
Yay! We got the Grand Rail. Mission successful.
Now, I'm going to say this is going to be a fairly uneventful journey, but I will get you all to make an average outdoor survival test, just to see how you cope with the trip. I'll do Johanna and Wolfgang as well.
I lived.
I live.
Average,
Average, yep.
you say? I was successful.
Alright.
Impressively.
Oh,
Very nice.
Johanna must have slept on a root at some point. Ah, Wolfgang loved it. He thrived on it.
To be out in Mother Nature, to be one with the Emperor.
To be out in the nature of Sigmar's bounty
Exactly.
is to be blessed, even if he has a fucked leg. He's like, this is a blessed day. Sigmar praise.
It's not that I can walk, it's that I can live.
Exactly.
Someone with fucked legs? I agree. Sometimes you just need to like step on a branch to really feel alive.
And then roll your ankle, because you've got fucked legs. Alright. So you return to Middenheim unscathed.
Well, I'm
So
pretty
nice.
scathed.
Somewhat scathed.
Yeah. Alive.
Yeah, you are alive. Sometimes that's all you can ask for. It'd be lovely if I had some quality right about now. Come on. Come on, I've got this on 2 screens of low res. There we go. And my music stopped. Why has it done this to me? Come on now. There we go. The classic mournful Middenheim music. Okay, so you have arrived back at Middenheim after a, I would say, successful journey to Kazarak and back. You were deposited in the Vind district, which is on the map, bloody somewhere. Around about where are we? Here-ish, down here.
Okay.
Where would you like to go?
Well, who was it that told me about the Grand Rail? It was,
Well, we want to. I mean, we're gonna just leave Johanna's hand thing for now.
sure, we should probably deal with the hand thing. I'm just trying to find my notes from that sesh. Grudges. Oh,
Mm.
well, let's go deal with Johanna's hand.
Sure. Okay. Well,
She needs the Grand Rail.
with with Johanna leading the way, you make your way to the Dwarven Guild of Guild of Engineers, which is at number 12, just here. When you enter the building, you are greeted once again by a dwarf, who, upon seeing Johanna and Ulrich, who he also remembers from previously, says, "Hey, you've returned.
Hey, how you be?
Hey, we were wondering how things had gone with you."
Oi, you know, orcs in Karak Kazarak. Nothing good.
Aye. The foul greenskins.
Ugh. Greenskins. You know, what they called, black orcs? Was that what they were called?
Mm.
Black orcs. I'll tell you what. Off with the winds of magic with them, eh? Ugh.
Aye, they're a fearsome breed, those black orcs.
Hey, have a look. I'm going to show him a recently healing scar.
Nice. Aye, if you've acquired that from a wee scrap with the greenskins, have you?
Oh aye, many died fighting them greenskins. Oh aye, many of a kind, if you know what I'm saying. Aye.
Aye, alright, well that'll have to be inscribed into our book of grudges, I'd say.
Aye. I got no idea who they were, but where they ain't coming back, lad. Oh no.
Well, we'll have to take this up with the High Priest of Grungni. He'll be wanting to add it to our chapter's Book of Grudges.
Aye.
Certainly.
Aye.
He'll know the names of the fallen. If you've returned, then I assume someone has brought news of the fallen.
Aye. Well, as long as I don't have to do it, that's alright. Because in the meantime, I'm gonna pull out the chunk of Gromrel. A friend needs a bit of hand working, if you know what I mean.
Hey, is that star metal you've got there?
Aye.
And at the mention of star metal, a lot of the dwarves in the room who were bustling around stopped and look in your direction and peer quizzically at you, and there's a quiet mutter of dwarven voices, mostly in Kazale, being like, is that Cromwell? Aye.
And I would like to smugly be like, oh aye. Oh, it's star metal, alright, lad.
Aye.
Wrought from the dead hands of black orcs, deep within Karak Kazarak.
Aye.
Oh aye.
Sounds like you've got a tale to tell, laddie. Tell you what, this evening, you shall tell your tale down at the Copper Shiners.
Oh
And
aye.
If you have to pay for a drink, then there's something devastatingly wrong here.
Yes.
Right, you'll want to see Malachi this way, and he leads the lot of you through a sort of convoluted warren of workshops and studies, and you eventually make your way to Malachi's workshop, which is towards the back of the Engineers Guild. And once you're admitted, Malachi looks up from whatever project he's working on and says, you've returned.
Aye.
I trust you had no issues finding this supposed star metal.
Well, you know, people died, but not too bad, if I do say so myself. But look, it was no small feat, I must be said. Aye.
Right, well, let us see this precious bit of stone that you've got there.
Yank it out again. This here, star metal laddie.
Right,
Fresh from the dead hands of Black Orcs.
I understand. Let me just, if I may, just take that from you.
Fine, alright, take it.
And he takes the ring from you. I'm assuming you took the whole thing on the ring as well. You've not removed the gem from the ring.
Correct.
Cool. So he gets a pair of jeweler's pliers and sort of pulls back the little sort of forks that are holding the nugget of Gromrel in place, and pulls out the nugget of Gromrel. Probably, I want to say it's around the size of probably around the size of like a gobstopper.
Oh yeah.
So
the giant
not teeny tiny, but not huge. It's like it's decent size, but it's surprisingly heavy. And so he goes over to a set of scales. He puts it down on the set of scales, and like to your surprise, it's so on one side he's got, I think it's probably just some lead or iron. I would say probably iron.
Yeah.
And on the other side he puts the piece of Gromril and starts doing some calculations and goes, "Hey, you've got about 25, 26 ounces of Gromril here."
Is that a lot of Gromril, Ben? Because it sounds like it.
Find out next week. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He says, "Oh yes, that's more than what I need for this the situation. I only really need about maybe 1 ounce, 2 ounces for the work that I have to do for this prosthesis."
Alright, well, how about you take 2, laddie, and then give back the rest, eh?
"I can do if you like, but I did have an agreement with this here lassie that if she would like, she could sell it me the remainder, and I'd pay handsomely for it."
I do remember this conversation.
Shit, I remember as well.
How much are we talking?
Well, you see now, Gromril, as you're probably well aware, is quite rare.
Aye.
The current going rate for Gromril is around 10 gold per ounce.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Now, I'm happy to honour that price because I'm a dwarf of my word. I promised you that I'd pay for any remaining Gromril that was left over after I took what was needed to make this here prosthetic for you.
I pull out my flask, and I'm basically shaking and sweating as I undo the top bit. And go, aye, aye, all right, aye.
So, I'll need 2 ounces to make this here. What I'll do, I'm gonna put a few extra runes into this here hand, considering the amounts that you found. So that'll make it a bit fancier.
Right.
Did we have a deal with anyone else for Gromril?
Mm.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn someone asked me for a Gromril.
We've had a few people who have expressed interest. Let me tell you.
I forgot to write down who wanted the.
It's okay.
That was like one of the things I missed.
I definitely have them here. Now where are we? This one probably. Right. Actually, it might be the previous session. That one there. Right. Gehenna. So, Malachi has said that he'll pay handsomely for any additional Gromril. There was also the leader of the Middenheim Miners Guild, Yarrick, who mentioned that he would buy any additional Gromril. Although he's a bit of a dodgy character, so you're not necessarily. Well, I don't know. Johanna's not necessarily the most straight up and down character, so she might be interested in selling to him. And finally, the Baron has expressed interest in purchasing any additional Gromril.
The Baron, that's right.
Perhaps we can. Because we've got like, what, 18 or something ounces
No, you've actually got 24 ounces.
left over.
Yeah.
Or after what he needs for the hand, we could split it and sell 12 to this guy and 12 to the Baron to keep to keep the Baron happy and maybe get ourselves indebted.
Goodwill with the dwarves is never a bad shout.
And also sell 12 to this guy, so because he is helping Johanna out. But personally, as hiker, I don't really care because I'll get money either way.
As a shrewd, I have my own business. It's probably worth seeing the best outcome we can get for ourselves. No need to be hasty. As we have it, we know where they are.
Very true. I think probably Gehenna's best bet is to hang on to the remainder of the Gromril for the time being. And I will let Steph actually decide what she wants to do with the remainder.
That sounds fair.
But I will make a note that that's...
I mean, this guy, if we give him the 24, he's going to put some extra runes in?
Well, he needs 2 ounces to put the additional runes into the prosthetic. It would only be 1 ounce normally to do the one rune he had intended. He's going to do... If he takes an extra ounce out, because we brought back, or you guys brought back more than he expected, he's going to put in some additional runes using an extra ounce.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, he's like, all right. Well, that's fine. I think that's suitable. I can understand you wanting to think on it, and I mean, as Gromril gets more and more precious and harder to find, this the value of it is going to skyrocket. There's really only, unless you get a meteor shower which survives the entry into the planet's atmosphere and makes groundfall, you're not likely to find any naturally occurring Gromril, except for the Black Lake down south. And that's guarded by one of the mightiest Karaks, which for the life of me I can't remember what it's called.
Is it the super big one?
No, it's
Is it Karak 8 Peaks, or is
it's not 8 Peaks. No, it's another major one, but it's not 8 Peaks.
not Karak? Is that what it is?
That's 8 Peaks, yeah.
I thought they were 2 separate ones.
No. Oh, it doesn't matter. Karak Holdren, I think that sounds right. Anyway, we'll go with that. I can retcon it later if I remember what it's called.
Yeah.
So he using a very fine chisel, which he mentions is actually tipped with Gromril, because it's much like diamonds, right? You can only cut a diamond with a diamond. You can only carve a piece of Gromril off of Gromril using Gromril.
The irony.
How did they get the first blade? That's the real question.
That's the real question.
Lucky.
So he manages to shave off what he needs, the 2 ounces, and he weighs it. He's like, hey, that's the 2 ounces. And he hands the remaining nugget back to Johanna, wrapped in a cloth, which I'll get her to put into her belongings. So, Nick, I don't know if you had it on yours before.
I did not. I didn't have any Gromril here.
That's fine.
I have it.
I am going to give it to Steph.
Cool.
Alright. I've added that to her inventory. Cool. Right, so he's like, right, well, if you come back in a couple of days, I'll finish this prosthetic off for you. It's mostly done. He turns around to reveal the prosthetic, which is mostly complete. There's just a sort of a bare patch in the palm where he is yet to etch in the runes and inlay the gromril into it, and then polish it up to a high sheen. But yeah, if you come back in a couple of days, I'll finish this off for you by then, and it'll be ready to go.
Alright. Right, you open?
Yeah, right. I hie yourselves over to the Chapel of Grungni, because you'll need to speak with the High Priest to find out about getting some a new entry entered into the Book of Grudges for all of the lives lost in your adventure.
Aye. Maybe I didn't do it now then. Still fresh in my mind.
Aye, and it's across the way, so you might as well.
Aye.
It was Burgle Ironbeard's company of the Dwarven Longbeards, if you need to know.
Jesus.
Look at you go.
A good memory on that one. Alright.
I mean, not me, but my character should. I just wrote it down.
Alright, so do you make your way across the street to the Chapel of Grungni?
Absolutely.
Cool.
10-9%.
So the whole party make their way downstairs, and you're able to enter the Chapel of Grungni. The dwarven guards who are at the entrance, having already had word been brought ahead of you from the other messengers who arrived with your party, make way and allow you to enter. Normally, they wouldn't allow any non-dwarves to enter into the chapel. So you are being treated with a courtesy that is reserved normally only for senior nobles and diplomats being allowed to enter the Chapel of Grungni. So you enter into the chapel. For those of you who haven't been, which is all of you except for Nick, or Ulrich, I should say, it is a rather magnificent structure. Let me actually get the actual descriptor for you. The Chapel of Grungni is a cavern, about 40 foot underground, reached through a... Sorry?
Same. Just need to make that joke. We're good.
Yeah, okay. Reached through a tunnel running behind a somewhat unremarkable doorway. The large antechamber contains a massive granite statue of Grungni, who is depicted leaning on his pick after having, done some mining, as Grungni is wont to do. The priest of Grungni, Dalmrin, appears and comes wandering over to you. He says, "Aye, it's good to see you again, Ulrich."
Aye. How you be?
"Fine. My stump itches to hear your tale about slaying orcs."
Oh, laddie, you just wait. You just fucking wait, lad.
"I see you've brought some humans with you."
Aye, I have. Aye. We come bearing a wee bit of news for you about the Book of Grudges.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, you've your arrival has been foretold, as it were. One of the other dwarves who arrived with your company brought news of your success at Kazarak, which is to be commended, even though lives were lost. Good Dawi lives were lost.
Aye.
As you're the senior dwarf here in this respect, in relation to the venture, as Bergil is still overseeing the setup of the new base camp. I'll allow you to come with me to make an entry into the Book of Grudges.
What?
Really burgled with that one, didn't you?
But I. What?
Right, well, as I said, you're one of the senior most involved parties, as it were. And as only a dwarf can make an entry into the Book of Grudges, without Burgil here, it is up to you to allow me to enter into the Book of Grudges, the honoured dead, and who a grudge is held against.
Oh, well, alright then. I do the same thing that happened before when I take out my flask. Very shakily. Start undoing it. Alright, let me just calm my nerves. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's do it. Come on.
Alright. Now, unfortunately, as well respected and as honoured guests as you are, you cannot enter into the inner sanctum, he says, turning
That's
to
fair enough.
the other four of you. It's, unfortunately, it is dwarves alone who can enter into the inner sanctum of this temple. But I'll have my assistant here show you around, and he can point out some of the architecture to you. Somewhat, maybe not starry-eyed, probably not the right way to describe him, but he looks like he's constantly thinking of somewhere else.
Could your associate perhaps bring us some nice dwarven stout? We've had a long trip. It would be nice to drink and think, as they say, on the streets.
Aye, let me see if I can arrange that. Hold up 1 second. And he, oops, that's not what I want. I want that. And
While you're doing that, I just want to ask quickly, did we get the name of the orcs at all? The party, or like the clan or anything
yeah,
like that?
yeah. I think, who was it? One of you succeeded at doing, I think it was the scouting mission or the infiltrate mission. I can't remember which one it was, and you managed to learn the name of the orc chieftain, which admittedly you have slain him, but there are more orcs of his clan around.
It was Griznark the Keen.
There it is.
It's his name.
There it is.
So I was to say to Ulrich, it was the orcs of Griznark the Keen, Burgil Ironbeard's Dwarven Longbeard's company. Like, just say that to him as he walks off.
I'll just yell back, I never have forgotten that you was. Alright.
I don't doubt it.
Griznark the Keen. Oh, lad. Absolute beast.
Alright, so Yoda, the priest initiate, comes over with a tray of sort of earthenware cups. Filled with somewhat potent dwarven ale. Those of you imbibing will need to make a average endurance test.
Yeah, why not? I'm sure to get
Can we-
splattered.
Good,
Can I
good.
imbibe it?
No, you're currently being led off.
I wanted the alcohol. That's fine.
You might get to imbibe later.
Okay. You get to imbibe when we get home. Imbibe at home. Alright,
Just-
We haven't buy it at home in the fridge.
You'll have to carry me to wherever we're going, though.
Oh wow. I mean it's only one failure. It's okay.
No, I got the -4.
Oh yeah, okay.
Ooh.
Okay. What's your toughness bonus?
3.
Okay. Roll for me, please. On the drunk table.
So do I just roll 100?
D100, please.
$85.
What's it called? Consume alcohol.
Oh, was I meant to do a consume alcohol, not an endurance?
No, I was gonna do endurance tests.
Like, no difference. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Yeah, it'd be the same anyway.
For me.
Right. So, okay, no, you're fine. You you don't have to roll on the consume alcohol test. That's okay. We'll ignore that. Basically, you have failed a consume alcohol test, which means you will suffer -10 to weapon skill, ballistic skill, agility, dexterity, and intelligence for at minimum an hour.
Very nice.
I'll not worry about noting that unless something happens that requires me to.
Make a roll. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't blame you. All right. So
I don't
whilst
think I'll be using weapon skills though.
so Yodur is sort of absent-mindedly showing you some of the carvings, which you appreciate for what they are. Whilst that's happening, Dalmarin has led Ulrich into the inner sanctum and has opened the Book of Grudges.
Hey lad, what's that smell?
Smell?
Hey, is that just dust that's been collected in here, laddie?
I think you might have a bit of cave dust up your nose, lad.
Just like shove a thumb up there and be like, "Phew." No, you're right, lad. Thank you.
Very good. All right. Well, and he takes a rather. It's not a very traditional looking dwarven like ink pen or whatever. It's quite a sort of ornate looking like quill essentially. And he dips it in his ink and is like, right. So, a new entry is to be made into the Book of Grudges. Are you willing to stake your name as the grudge holder?
Aye, I am, man.
State for me, please, your full name.
My name is Ulrich Skagsnev Brintok.
He writes it down in Kazalid, so, in runes.
Yeah. This is the real deal.
This is the real deal. And who is your grudge held against?
What was the name of that fucking band? Steve, what was the name? Oh god.
It's against the orcs of Grisnark the Keen.
Oh yeah, true. Hey, Grisnark the Keen, leader of the orcs.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you slew Grisnak the Keen, did you not? Or was that...
Oh,
he
I
was-
slew him alright,
Yeah,
but his in remain.
Aye, so the orc clan of Grisnak the Keen.
Aye.
For the lives
On the
lost...
ground.
Whose company were the lives lost from?
Alright, who was it? I actually can't remember. Garrett.
It was Borgil, Ironbeard. Not him, but his company of dwarven longbeards.
Yes.
The men in his company.
I'll say that because even I'm like, fuck, that's a lot to remember.
Yep.
Was it Borgil?
Burgil.
Burgil Ironbeard. That's
Yep.
the one.
Burgil, Ironbeards, Longbeards.
Aye.
Lost in the retaking of Karak Kazarak, our ancestral home.
Aye.
And he finishes it, puts the quill back, takes a very a small pinch from a pouch of fine-grained sand, sprinkles it over the ink, waits a few seconds, and then blows the excess grit off.
Ooh.
and then with a very hefty swing slams the book shut, and it sort of resonates in the inner sanctum. So is this grudge entered into our ancestral book of grudges. You, grudge bearer,
Aye.
if ye shall ever come across the orcs of Grisnak the Keen again, you are honour bound to track them down and vanquish them.
Oh, well, that won't be a problem, laddie. Aye.
If you should fail to do so,
Aye.
your name will be entered into the Book of Grudges,
What?
that the dwarves of Middenheim will hold a grudge against you for failing in your duty as a grudge bearer.
Oh, no, laddie, don't ye worry. I will not fail. No problem.
Good.
This is how Ulrich becomes a slayer.
I was gonna say, this is how he becomes a slayer. Right. Well, that's enough of the formalities. Come, let us return to your friends, and let us hear the tales of how you defeated these fearsome black orcs.
Oh, aye. Let me tell you. 12 feet tall, at least.
So, you return to the rest of the party who, whilst you've been enjoying the dwarven architecture and the dwarven carvings, find Yoda to be a uninspiring guide. He kind of will be describing something and then sort of just get lost and sort of gaze off into the middle distance for a little bit and then go, right, where was I? Right. And then there's a couple of pieces along one of the walls that have gemstones set into them. And he goes into really intricate detail as to like how this type of gemstone is faceted, and you know the way it refracts light and whatnot. Like more detail than you would ever really want to know about these particular gemstones.
Every time he loses track of it, of what he's saying, I'm just like rolling my head around, bored out of my brain.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you were saying there's something about the stones
Hey,
every time.
yeah, right. The stones. Oh, there's no stones in this one. But if we go have a look at this one over here, and he, you know,
Them is the type of stone.
yeah.
After like a couple of rounds of him just like being an absolute space cadet, I'm just gonna grab him and be like, "Oi, what's on your mind? Tell me. You're clearly elsewhere, telling us about the ancient secrets of art here. Not excited. What's going on? What's happening? What have we missed?"
I mean, not a great deal. I just, well, you see, my ma, she wants me to become a priest, but I'm far more interested in jewel crafting myself.
Have you spoken to the other artisans, perhaps, to get maybe a apprenticeship?
Aye, but you don't know my ma. She's a mighty fearsome character when she wants to be. She's got her heart set on me becoming a priest, so there's no swaying her.
I mean, is there any value in us trying? For example, I was quite friendly with the priests recently, but she was brutally slaughtered, along with everyone else with her. It's a dangerous line of work, friend.
No, I think even
Well-
you might have a hard time with my ma.
Could you not? I mean, I'm not super well versed on dwarven stories, but is Gungni? I can never say his name properly.
Grungy?
That's me talking. Gungi? Yeah. Is he not the god of craft? Could you not be a priest by following jewel craft?
That is a valid point.
Grungy is the god of mining. I'm going to quickly.
Be right. There might be another dwarf that's dedicated. But it's only the two of them. I don't know the Warhammer Fantasy gods.
There's actually 3 dwarven gods.
Yeah. I thought there was more.
You are correct. He is actually, in part, the god of artisans. He is he shares that with his wife, Valaya.
Right, so my colleague Hiker is correct. What is priesthood if it's not celebrating the gods? What better way to celebrate the gods by than following in their path? By being a jeweler.
I mean, you're not really talking to the best two people in the world. One of us is a man of science, and one of us is a woman of magic.
But I am a licensed, I am part of the guilds.
Is there a small monkey being molested at your property, Luke?
It's Hugo's toy. He's
I was gonna
outside
say.
going ham at the neighbours. So Maddie's trying to make him not be outside going ham at the neighbours.
I was gonna say, is someone's fiddling a monkey? Surely.
Yeah, that's a Thursday night activity, not a Friday night activity. And the monkey wants it.
Oh goodness. My word. Right, well that's enough monkey bothering for one evening.
You've opened a can of worms here.
I really have. Shit. Okay, so at that point, Dalmrin and Ulrich reappear from the inner sanctum. Ulrich is in the middle of chewing Dalmrin's ear off with tales of the scrap that you guys had.
Scrap.
Yeah. You know, the big old fight.
Oh yeah.
Good retelling.
Oh, okay.
Just fade it in. As if you're mid-conversation.
All of us almost died.
The
Multiple
lava was
times.
flowing beneath our very legs.
Besides me,
Oh, you
I'm
won.
strong.
I just like the idea that as I'm saying all of this, I'm just getting ale handed to me on both sides. I'm like, and would you believe they were hiding behind the stone walls within? Oh, lads, let me tell you. 12 feet tall, each one of them. Their leader, 20.
Each bigger than the last. It compounded.
I
Brutes.
saw him where he stood.
It was like
Boy.
the bush patrol.
Right when you thought one was dead, another would pop out through his corpse. Madness.
Ulrich, mighty as he is, was swinging mercilessly at their knees.
And right when we thought all hope was lost,
They were distracted by the glare of his shiny head.
we found ourselves a new hero in the darkness. And I look over at us two. Me, Ulrich, axe thrower. I threw my axe through his skull, and out the back came a bloody but savagely aware Ulrich. A dwarf who had seen too much in his time, lad. Away. And then I took it to another, and this axe! And I pull out my... Oh no, I don't have the axe, do I?
No. Can you make for me, please, a entertained storytelling roll? I'm going to make it easy.
I feel like you still go to pull out your axe and then realise that you don't have it halfway through the story.
Let's see if I can pull it off.
Oh. Incredible.
This guy's in tears at the point.
I'm
Rock
gonna.
hard as well.
I'm gonna quickly just roll a thing. I'm gonna take a punt and say that our friend here, the priest, probably knows that you're,
Like,
inflating the story somewhat. But I'm gonna see if he's just gonna roll with it anyway.
You can tell by the look on Hiker's face during the whole thing. She's like squinting and then like opening her eyes and like not. It's like what are you talking about now? The story's going in all wild
just
directions.
with the mild confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely on to you. He knows that you're inflating the story, but he's rolling with it.
As I'm like telling this story, I'm going around like putting my arms over other people, being like, and let me tell you, laddie, they'd kill you where you stand. Get round to him, and he's like, don't you touch me. I'm like, pat him on the back and move on.
I will say, let me just quickly check. I reckon Yoda's probably like eating this up. Let's see how he does. Oh yeah, he's loving this.
Oh yeah.
Yoda's looking even more starry-eyed than he did before. He's like lost in your story.
Beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
And so you with this story, you keep sweeping up more and more dwarves, and you eventually somehow sweep all of you, the entire group of you, out of the Chapel of Grungni and out into the street. And at some point, one of the dwarves says, "Get this dwarf to the Copper Shiners. We need to hear this tale in full from the start, and we need to get as many of the dwarves here as we can." And the lot of you are swept away to the Copper Shiners by a sea of dwarves.
Are they all just being like, hoo?
No,
Okay.
but they are very much interested in your story. Like,
Like,
even those who are seeing through the inflation of it, they're like, this is great. Like, the fact that you successfully managed to gain entrance into Karak Kazarak, their ancestral home, and return. They don't really care if you're inflating the story. They're just like, this is great.
we're all singing, "One more
Yeah.
muggle of me till the morning. Too much for an elf."
Where is the Copper Shiners on the map?
More mugs full of me till the morning. Swap on from the shelf.
I think it is somewhere around here-ish. Somewhere in that general vicinity. It's not a big deal. It's somewhere around there. So you make your way to the Copper Shiners, and you spend the remainder of the day drinking and telling your tale. So I will get all of you to make average consume alcohol tests. Steve, yours will be at neg 10. Did I say that toughness was affected? Or was it not affected?
I think it was weapon skill, ballistic skill, agility.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think toughness is affected by it. Correct. Yep. Agility, dex, intelligence. Oh, good. That's a critical fail. Good start. Nice. Let's get Johanna to make one. She's actually
Properly
quite...
shackled.
Johanna is fine. And Wolfgang also fails. That's fine. Yeah, you crit failed. So I'm going to say that you... that first couple of beers really hit you hard. Can you roll for me, please, on the consume alcohol table? So a D100. An 88. You're rolling atrociously, aren't you?
Standard.
Okay. You have rolled. I'll take you all on.
Oh, God.
And you gain animosity, everyone.
Oh my god.
You're an angry drunk.
You're an angry drunk.
Buckman's makes you an angry drunk.
Right, okay, so you currently harbour an enmity for everyone. You must make a psychology test whenever you encounter this group. So you are currently surrounded by everyone. So I need for you to make for me, please, a cool test. It'll be challenging.
Oh, there's no chance.
Okay, you fail. Right. You are now subject to animosity. So, seeing as we are currently not in combat, I'm going to say that rounds is not going to apply, but you are going to start insulting everyone whilst you are under the effect of this alcohol.
Outstanding.
So either with like direct, straight up insults, or just like sarcastic jabs, or just like a dirty look here or there. You know, like you're just really laying into literally everyone.
You're looking for a fight, but you're not going to start.
You don't want to start one, but
you're not going to throw the first punch.
you're definitely like making eyes.
100%. Just giving the Forrest Whitaker eye to everyone.
You're in the right group of everyone to be starting a fight.
Yeah, surrounded by dwarves.
Well, they probably won't take offense to it.
No.
Just gotta wait till they're more drunk.
Yeah. So, alright, you guys basically... I'm gonna say, Nick, that entertaining storytelling test, as it was such a good success, carries on over, rather than making you roll again.
Outstanding.
Hello, Bronx. Have you decided to interrupt my stream?
Of course he would.
Hello.
Damn cat.
It's because Lisa's out. He's like, I'm bored.
Son of a bitch. Why can't he just be chill?
Oh, he doesn't know how.
Ugh.
Right, okay, well, that's kind of all I had planned for this evening. I realised it was very short. It's only been a bit over an hour. I did have a couple of other things that I had intended to do as sort of some downtime stuff, because I know that Alex had mentioned that he was considering changing careers and changing to become a priest rather than a warrior priest. Steve, I vaguely remember you saying that you wanted to, as a downtime activity, learn a new spell.
Yes.
Cool.
I've already wrote it.
Yeah,
I just happened.
That's
and I
fine.
spent the XP, but yeah, I just got to do it.
Actually, do it as the endeavor. That's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be like a training endeavor.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
If I can find
And
it.
then if we get to, then my other one will probably end up being bank, depending on how much money we make from this Grom roll.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be just a training endeavor. I'm not going to make you spend the coin on it, I don't think. Because I feel like you wouldn't need to pay as a guild member to learn a new spell.
Yeah. I would have access.
You would have access
to the time.
Yeah, exactly. So that's fine. I guess we'll find out from Steph what she wants to do there for her second one, but I'm gonna say we'll have at least 2 endeavors each. So whilst I've got you guys here still, have you any idea what you'd like to do for endeavors?
I'm just going to spend a lot of my experience on upgrading my melee basic. I'm just so tilted from this conversation, just been staring at people who can kill a bunch of fucking dwarves, but a town about 50 miles away with someone very special to me. Couldn't fucking go there, could be bitches. Just keep rambling.
What was a new spell that you learnt, sorry, Steve?
Pit of Tarnus.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Is that the super good one?
It's the one that I make a pit under people and then can close it up.
The absolutely plain one. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not like a enemies. It's a everyone. Though I have to be careful that I don't bury my party members. But it's a fun spell, even if you don't use it to try and bury the enemy. Even putting him in a pit is a pretty good thing.
Tell a lie, Steve. I'm not going to call it training, because I just realised that training is for out of career skills. I'm going to say it's actually consult an expert instead, because I'm going to say that one of the other wizards is going to have to teach you the spell.
Yep.
But how do I increase my melee basic? Is it because it's currently 5 advances? Do I press this X?
Okay, before you press any buttons,
Pressing no buttons.
let me look at your character sheet.
Because if weapon skill's one of your, I don't think it was.
It's not, which is why I think I need to do melee basic instead, right?
As a training thing.
Yeah, so you could
Yeah, well,
do melee basic as a training, but it is
No.
not. It's not a career skill for you. So no, you cannot.
he can do melee basic because he has that skill, but could he do training to put the
But I can't,
character
like,
up?
you can't
Or
increase
can
my
only-
characteristic.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
So you can do the training endeavor to train up non-career characteristics. So, for example, if you wanted to increase your weapon skill,
Yeah.
then you can do the training endeavor to put advances into that. That's fine.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that on my downtime then.
Cool. The only thing with that is that that does have a cost associated with that.
Mhm.
It's not much. It is 1d10 brass pennies.
Me to roll for it now.
Yeah, please. Why not?
Five.
5 pennies. Cool. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to decide on your second endeavor right now unless you already know what you want to do.
Nah, I only did this one.
That's fine. Nick, anything? Have you not decided yet?
Maybe, I don't know. I was thinking maybe finding someone to talk to about the weird time magic, but Hiker might be better to do that than me. So
Of what now?
the weird time magic, the one that when we left, everyone was like, "It's been days," and we're like, "What?"
Oh, to try and figure that out.
Yeah. Just be like, was it green skin magic? If it
Yeah,
was,
that
oh,
is kind of
fuck.
weird.
Yeah, it's super strange. Otherwise, I'd want to just find out more about the movements of those orcs if I can from here. I don't know if that's going to be possible. I'm looking.
To find out about that, would I have to do an endeavor, or can I just do that as part of like researching during the normal activities?
I would say that you could probably go about researching that if that's something you would like to, like a path that you would like to go down as a party, like to look into that further.
Yeah.
Then I would say that that's something that you can do during the actual course of the next session or sessions.
But if it was something that I specifically wanted to research,
Then I would say a downtime
Yeah,
activity,
yeah,
and you'd have to do
because-
a research
because
endeavor.
I'm like with the party during the session, so we're doing like party goals.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
makes sense.
Yep.
I'm either gonna try and bank money or spend that money on making, like, seeing if I can get an item made, like a retractable shield.
Oh, a retractable shield.
You know, like one that's like a fan or something. That like
Yeah,
clicks
right.
together, so I'm not carrying like a massive shield all the time.
That will be.
Because I'll have potentially we'll all have a lot of money. I might have the money to be able to do something like that. Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe. Let me see. What are the endeavors that would probably be? I imagine it would be a commission endeavor.
Yeah. There's the commission. There's also another one that's I don't remember which one's which. Is for like making some.
Invent.
I think one of them's you inventing it, whereas the other one, the commission, is someone else making it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I wouldn't be making it. So.
Yeah. Okay. So from what I can see here, so it's if you're inventing something that doesn't exist in the world,
Okay.
which is essentially what it would be. So it
Yeah.
requires a few different stages. It's not something that can happen straight away.
Okay.
As I'm reading it here. So, what I would say is going to require is you will need to do a consultant expert endeavor to find someone with the requisite skills to design and build the thing.
Yeah.
Then it will take a commission endeavor to commission them to create the item.
Okay.
So it'll at the minimum cost you 2 endeavors to be able to create this item.
Yeah. Okay.
But from there, we can between the two of us, we can nut out exactly how this item is going to look and go from there.
I just thought I'd bring it up now so it gives you time to think about it.
Yeah,
How
I'm
to
going
do it.
to put a note. Hang on, I'm going to get a separate sheet of paper.
Because obviously, I don't think currently I have a tower shield, and like really, it doesn't make sense for me to carry around a tower shield. So I'm looking for something that's like a shield 2, not a shield 3, but is a bit more makes sense for my character to have.
Can't bloody spell.
And now that I have a magic dagger, like if I have a shield that can retract and a magic dagger, I'm pretty much like always armed, even
Yeah.
if I don't look it.
So just let me finish writing this down. Cool. All right, that's fine. Yeah. All right. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before we wrap up? I know it's a relatively short one, but I did say I didn't have much planned for today. So.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I don't know how to add the advances to weapon skill. because
Okay,
it's
so
blue in my sheet.
yeah, what you need to do. Hang on. Let me pull up your character sheet from my end. So if you click on the
settings,
if you click on the cog, there's an option there for non-career advances. So you've already got 5 advances in weapon skill already.
So I'm going to change it to 10.
Yep. And that should, if you go back to, hasn't spent the, if you go back to advances, you will need to, under experience spends, you'll need to add in a new line and do non-career characteristic improvement, similar to what you've got before, and then just write down the total XP that's spent on that, which is, if you're going from 5 up to 10, that is 150 XP.
Yeah. Cool. So 98 left.
Cool.
If
Easy.
it's blue, I don't need to use I can just do it.
Yes.
Cool. I'll do some more shopping then.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that's all I've got for this evening.
Nice.
Are we all good to theoretically do another session next Friday to get us back on track?
Yeah, should be.
So, because Sam was away this weekend, she left today. My nail appointment was pushed back to next weekend. I didn't realise.
Right.
So
Okay.
I can play, but I might be at latest 8 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
It just depends on, like, sometimes it goes quicker than others.
Yeah. Cool. No, that's all good. We'll bear that in mind. I'm sure if you're running a little bit late, we'll make it work. I'll probably start the next session with downtime activities. So
Yeah.
have a think about what you would like to do.
Well, I mean, I've technically...
You've done one of them at
It
the very
just-
least, but
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I've done my spell, and then depending on what Steph ends up deciding is whether I just bank it or do the custom endeavor for starting the process for the shield.
yeah. The only thing with that is that you can only do each endeavor once. You couldn't do another consultant expert endeavor in this this
No,
downtime.
I'd have to wait till next.
Next downtime to be able to do another consultant expert.
Because one of them. Okay, then I'll just be banking.
Yeah. Cool.
Easy.
All right. Well, thanks all. I know it was a shortish one, but
It's good.
That's all
Still
Give me
right.
something to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm just sitting here on my own.
Well, surely you'd just be playing Magic Arena, surely.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong. Until I rage out for drawing either one land in my starting hand or all lands repeatedly, and then I'm like, no, I'm done.